Transportation Center. As you already know, we've teamed up with the Board of Education to receive monthly updates on what's happening within our county school system. Joining me in the studio is the Communications Director of the Douglas County School System, Portia Lake.
New Manchester Elementary School fourth grade teacher Britannia Wright now holds the title of Douglas County Teacher of the Year. Judges selected Wright from a field of 34 finalists and ultimately crowned her Douglas County's 2018-19 Teacher of the Year. Now, Wright achieved this special recognition during a suspense-filled ceremony at Central Baptist Church in Douglasville. Wright has been an elementary school teacher for 11 years, with 10 of those years at New Manchester Elementary School. She earned her bachelor's degree in early childhood education in 2007 and completed her master's degree through the University of West Georgia. Turner Middle School's Zenita Hartzog and Chapel Hill High's Captain Ted McMurtry joined Wright as the 3 semifinalists, which also included Alex Gibson of Eastside Elementary School, Angela Wiggins of Fairplay Middle School, and Adrian Pettit of New Manchester High School. Each Douglas County school nominated an individual Teacher of the Year. Judges then selected 6 semifinalists from that field based on the strength of their applications and recommendations. All 34 submissions were judged blindly by a panel of statewide evaluators. Wright will go on to compete for the Teacher of the Year competition at the state level. The Teacher of the Year winner for Georgia will also compete in the National Teacher of the Year program. 6th grade teacher Miss Robin Aiken's classroom planetarium is making learning an out-of-this-world experience. Aiken has transformed her classroom into a planetarium using a musical light show, little planets, and special exhibits, all engineered to replicate the solar system. With the flick of one light switch, her room is flooded with lights showering each planet, and her classroom comes to life.
Well, because of the new standards for science, it has you doing more exploration and labs prior to actually explaining to them the content. So to have them actually virtually see the lab and different planets, it allows them to make their own observations prior to me explaining to them the content and get a virtual vision of how the planets are in order and the distance of the planets, and just to get like a feel of a museum brought to them instead of us maybe trying to go and maybe not having the capability to go to the museum. I'm trying to bring the museum to them.
Aiken says this is just one more way for students to gain a greater perspective of the world around them and to hopefully inspire more students to learn about other fields in science and technology. The Varsity Food Truck cruised through the parking lot of Douglas County High School last week, delivering the Atlanta restaurant's popular comfort food to students who made the grade. Students who made straight A's all school year last year were invited to the lunch treat and enjoyed their choice of hot off the grill hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, and onion rings. More than 150 students at Douglas County High earned straight A's last academic year. The lunch surprise for the school's academic all-stars is a DCHS tradition that students anticipate every year. Andre Weaver says this lunch treat is just one way to recognize students for making academics their priority. The principal says that the school teaches every Douglas County High School student that no goal is out of reach. Principal Andre Weaver wants every student to learn that goal setting, making the grade, and working hard will pave the way to graduation success.
There are several projects from Fire EMS, Transportation, and Parks and Recreation underway, and those projects wouldn't be possible without SPLOST funds. With more information on these projects, here's the second episode of SPLOST Up-to-the-Minute Updates with Commissioner Henry Mitchell III.
Welcome to this segment of SPLOST Up-to-the-Minute Update. I'm Commissioner Mitchell. Now today, we've got a couple of updates on where your SPLOST penny is being spent. We're going to go to a couple of topics, so stay with me, but also I've got some special guests with me, so you guys introduce yourselves.
Yeah, my name's Terry Gable. I am with Moreland Altobelli, and I'm the program manager for the Douglas County SPLOST program.
Good.
I'm David Good. I'm the communications director for the SPLOST.
Okay, let's get this thing moving pretty quick because these updates
sir.
are kind of going to move pretty quick. So we want to tell people exactly where their SPLOST dollars are being spent, starting with Parks and Rec.
Well, Parks and Rec's overall, the program is about a $106 million program. for the 6 years. Parks and Rec's got $17 million of that.
Okay.
We're standing on the side of one of the bigger projects for the multipurpose rec center.
We're at Boundary Waters, by the way, just in case you didn't know.
And where this particular facility is right now under preliminary design, and we're looking at a couple schemes, but that's moving forward. Just up the road here in the park is the soccer field and football field concession building.
Got you.
So that's another big project for the park. So everything's moving right along. We spent about $10 million in the program so far. A good bit of that money was in fire, started out was in fire department and in transportation. In the fire, we've got the countywide digital radio system that we're working on.
Okay.
It's moving along quite well. It's about 23% done. Transportation, a lot of that has been in resurfacing and in some intersection projects that we're doing. So the program's moving along very well. The revenues are coming in up. That's been great.
That's a good thing. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're kind of at roughly we've got a bigger return on the penalty spot. So maybe people are spending more dollars. In sense. Okay,
Looks like
that's
the
good.
economy's picking up. Hopefully
stuff.
that'll be a trend that'll continue.
Okay.
June was right at $2.2 million, so that was above our projections, and we're hoping that's going to continue.
Okay. So let's talk about the Senior Citizen Center. I mean, David.
Yes, well,
Okay.
with the Senior Center is going to be, of course, here in Lithia Springs, and it's going to be on a site over there by one of the fire stations, right behind, I believe it's Cornerstone Baptist Church.
And that's coming along pretty good.
Like, that's coming along actually very well, where now we're into the form of actually engaging the public physically right there in their face. If you go over there at Cornerstone Baptist Church, we will have a public engagement meeting on September 6th.
Okay.
And then 1 month later, on October 4th, we'll also have a meeting over at First Baptist in Lithia Springs in order for the people to tell us what do they want to see in their senior center.
Got it. This way they'll get a chance to at least identify some things they would like to see in the center.
Correct.
They can kind of talk about the makeup of the center and what kind of even programs we might want to have at the center, correct?
Right, because then one thing that we do know is that we've heard they do not want the same thing that's already at Woody Fight. So they want, which is the existing senior center, they want to have something that is going to be unique, maybe even to the citizens here. So that's why their input is very valuable.
Okay, so we need that. So
Yes, sir.
give us those dates again so we can make sure
It's going to be September 6th over at Cornerstone Baptist Church, and then October 4th over at First Baptist of Lithia Springs.
Okay, one last piece, sidewalks. I mean, there was a couple of sidewalks project that was going on, so.
Yep.
I know we got we got about a minute, okay, all right.
Part of the SPLOST program is try to identify schools that were missing sidewalk,
Okay.
gaps in sidewalks.
Okay.
So we do have 3 projects currently at New Manchester High, Lithia Springs, and Chestnut Middle to add some more sidewalks in those areas and
Okay,
get the
so
kids
those-
on sidewalks instead of off the grass and off paths.
So those projects are coming right along pretty
They're in design stage. Right now we're out doing some preliminary work with surveying, so it's coming along fine.
Okay, did we miss anything? 'Cause-
No, just make sure you keep on going to your local store, spend local, keep it going, and if you have any questions or whatever, you can always visit our website at 2016splost.com.
Give that again?
2016splost, 2016splost.com.
Again, thank you for this quick up-to-the-minute SPLOST update. And keep in mind, we'll keep this ongoing and you'll see exactly where your SPLOST dollars are being spent. Again, I'm Commissioner Mitchell. And again, thank you to my guests.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
catch up on the next round. Have a great day.